evening, everybody. We are outside of the Moynihan train station. It is Friday night. We're going to be walking around in the snowstorm right here in Manhattan. It was a crazy end to the week on Wall Street. Obviously, we covered financial earnings from the likes of Atlassian, ServiceNow, and Apple. But one of the things I wanted to talk about a little bit tonight was we were so close to a follow-through day today. All the major indices rallied, the S&P 500, the NASDAQ, and the Dow Jones Industrial Average, but it did not qualify for a traditional follow-through day because the volume was not higher than the previous day's volume. We'll be talking about that and more on the stream. Hey, I see Ken Kramer is here. What's going on, Ken? Sue Lane is here. Says, hey, stay warm. What's up, Sue Lane? Roy S is here. What is going on, Roy? Sanjeev says, good evening, Tom, and stay safe. Thank you, Sanjeev. So everybody, if you check your email, I did send out the Behind the Street newsletter. It is a more in-depth newsletter this week. And if you have not signed up already, if you click the first link in the description, it is the link to the Behind the Street newsletter. So you're more than welcome to sign up for that. Valentina says, hi, Tom. Hope you had a great day. What's up, Valentina? Hope you had a good day as well. Happy Friday to everybody in the group. Smee is here. Jason FTO. What is going on? Ricky Ticky, good to see you. Sanjeev, Sue Lane, Ken Kramer, 007 says good evening. Nicholas says, Tom, how you doing? I'm doing really good, Nicholas. So we don't have the mic again, so I do apologize for the wind noise. We're just going to have to deal with it today. Daryl says hello from Chicago, Illinois, Tom. Chicago is expected to get more snow. Oof. Yeah, I mean, it looks like things are just starting here. But honestly, they're not too bad. Honestly, it's just a little bit windy. Snow is actually not coming down as heavy as I once thought. Turkle says, very good to see the stream will happen tonight. So Turkle, I got your email and I'm very intrigued to what you have to say. So feel free to share whatever you want in the chat. Bottomless Coffee is here, says snow or shine for Tom. What's up, Bottomless Coffee? Dalton says evening. Hey, Shelly and Anthony says this is for 10,000 subscribers. Here we go. Yeah, thank you so much, everybody. It does mean a lot to me that almost 10,000 of you now take the time out of your days every night to join me right here on the stream to talk about investing, the global economy, and can slim investing. We have a ton of people on the stream from all walks of life, including investment bankers, consultants, doctors, lawyers, home health aides, nurses, people in law enforcement, pretty much you name it, we have it here on the channel. So I really do want to just, send my appreciation for everybody. So thank you so much. Deborah J says hello from Mississippi. What's up, Deborah? Good to see you. Penelope is here. What's up, Penelope? Joining us from Tennessee. Beautiful view of the Empire State Building right now. Rob H says, hey, Tom, hope all is well. Haven't caught a live in a while. Looks like great weather. What's up, Rob? Hope you're well. Super Friends in the City, Fernando is here. Fernando, what is up? Happy Friday. Hey, Cosmo says, hey, look who stuck around for the snow. So I believe there was over 500 flight cancellations just today. A couple of my friends are actually trying to fly back to New York from California, and a lot of their flights are canceled. So anything going to the East Coast or leaving the East Coast, a lot of them are canceled or delayed. Bitsmag TV, good to see you. Welcome, everybody. Jonathan Francis, good evening, Tom. Beautiful night. Hope everybody is doing well. It is Friday. A little bit of a disappointing day for me on Wall Street because even though we had a very broad-based stock market rally, it did not qualify for that follow-through day because volume wasn't as heavy as the previous day. But, as I talked about in the Behind the Street newsletter, things are looking better. So we've seen a pickup in volume for the most part over the week. A lot of stocks are finding, or at least trying to find, some sort of a base and not go down. So if you look at a lot of the infographics that I sent and some of the charts that I sent in the newsletter, what you'll see is price action going sideways while volume is picking up. And this usually means that supply of stock is getting absorbed into the market as opposed to people just dumping shares of stock. So things are looking good, but you know, obviously we do have to wait for that follow through day. Ricky Ticky says, why is it delayed? We do have a sizable snowstorm coming through the East Coast. Jonathan Richards says, hello, Tom. What's up, Jonathan? Hope you're well. Marty Lewis says, Tom, it will be freezing in southern Florida on Sunday. Just one day, I think, because it's supposed to be, I think, almost 34 degrees in Miami. And everybody knows what happens when it's 34 degrees in Miami. We have the lizards start falling from the trees. That's always fun. Hey, I see Sean says, hey, Tom, my wife says, you sound like Vinny from the Jersey Shore. Oh, my God. That's awesome. Well, thank you. Appreciate that. B51823. That's awesome. Roy S., good to see you. Unlimited Stimulus says, are you DCA into your stocks or waiting on the sidelines until March? So what I did on Monday, and we talked about this a little bit on the stream previously, in my longer term retirement accounts, on Monday and Tuesday when the stock market was getting hammered, we were having a waterfall sell-off, I did add to my position in my Vanguard S&P 500 index fund. That is for the long term. But in my actively managed long-short portfolio, I did not add to any positions just yet because I am waiting for a follow-through day. But I think it's wise, you know, if you're 26 years old or maybe even a little bit older like myself, you know, I think on any sort of red day in the market, I think it's wise to start to put some cash to work, because there's really only one question that we need to ask ourselves. And do we think that corporate earnings are going to grow or expand over the next 10 to 20 years, or do you think they're going to contract? And I tend to think that the US economy will expand over the next 10 to 15 years. Good to see you, Cosmo. Ken Kramer says market will rally. The Fed is still pumping money in. Yeah, so Ken Kramer, what did you think about the FOMC meeting on Wednesday? I thought it was quite bizarre. You know, Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell essentially came out and said, look, we're going to leave interest rates near zero, but we are going to keep our word that by March, we are going to begin or finish our taper, or essentially stop buying bonds. Thought that was pretty interesting. Hey, Joseph says, good move staying on the ground out of all that turbulence and freezing rain. Agreed. Thank you, Joseph, for that. Andrew Lee says, Snow, what's up, Andrew? Hope you're well. Hold on, let me just try to adjust something on the screen. Okay, there we go. Hey, Lady O says, Snow Fight, everybody. What's up, Lady O? Lady O is our moderator from the one and only New Jersey. Joey says, happy Friday. Yeah, TGIF, everybody. Cannon says, let's hope I have a few years to retirement. Says Canyon. Orland Edwards says, hey, Tom and everybody. What's up, Orland? I feel that the camera is a little bit too close tonight. Anybody else feel that? I don't know. Maybe it's just me. But we are right here at 34th Street, Pennsylvania Station. You can get the ACE 123 trains, as well as the Long Island Railroad, New Jersey Transit, and the Amtrak. Ken Kramer says they will inflate the bubble further. They will increase the interest rates, but that won't make a difference. Yeah, Ken, I think I'm in your camp on that, because if we look at the balance sheet, or the Federal Reserve's balance sheet, it's almost bumping up against $9 trillion, about $8.7 trillion right now. Hey, Chris says, hi, Tom. I went to work today and I am sore. Well, Chris, I mean, it's good news that you're back to work. You know, hopefully your foot heals up and you make a total recovery. Hey, Manny Explores says, hello, everybody. What's up, Manny? Happy Friday. Our pal Manny Explores is another fellow streamer here in New York. Good to see you. Karen Alcatraz says, hey, Tom. What's up, Karen? Laura says, hi, Tom. Finished my exams today. Great to find one of your streams as a reward. Well, hope everything went well with your examinations. I wish you much success, and hopefully you get to take a little bit of a break this weekend. B51823 says, what are your thoughts on NFTs? So we've covered this before, but by and large, I think the vast majority of these non-fungible tokens are probably in bubble territory. And I really do think that the vast majority of all of this stuff will go to zero, and probably most everybody will lose all their money. But over the long term, I do see real utility with being able to verify property ownership in, let's say, the digital age. I think it will allow a lot of artists, musicians, and even, let's say streamers, creators in general, to be able to really own their own infrastructure, as opposed to having someone like YouTube or the record labels own that infrastructure. You will be able to own that infrastructure, raise money, and really do as you please. But I think a lot of stuff that's going on right now is perhaps a little ridiculous. Vinny Castellano says, you deserve a Purple Heart for being out in this. Vinny Castellano is joining us from Staten Island. So Vinny, what's everything looking like in Staten Island right now? Is the snow coming? B51823 says, appreciate your feedback, Tom. Not a problem. Hey, British Gray is joining us from the one and only Tampa, Florida. Good to see you. Juan is here, says amazing. Sally says hello, Tom. The number one Fresh Start says hi, Tom. What's up, Fresh Start? Hope you're well. We are outside of the Moynihan train station tonight, which is the old post office. Irevis says hi, Tom. The snow drizzles are pretty. What's up, Irevis? Desi Guy USA says hello, all. Good evening. Love the Empire State Building. Same here. Lena Sandoval is here. Karen Alcatraz, good to see you. Chris, good to see you. Judy D. Solo 401. And Smee says Blizzard 2022. Hey, Otto says, thanks for the newsletter, Tom. I just got it. Yeah, Otto, so let me know what you think about it, because this newsletter it's a little bit different. I wanted to take a little bit of a different approach. I really wanted to highlight some key fundamentals or some key earnings, and then really break it down by technicals as well as fundamentals. So we talked about earnings growth, talked about revenue growth, return on equity, free cash flow, net operating incomes, and things like that. So a little bit different style for the newsletter, but I think that, people are starting to pick up a little bit on more core competencies, sort of what to look for in an earnings report, stuff like that. So hope you enjoy it. Ricky Ticky, I have not encountered Action Kit. Hey, Razzle Dazzle 786, Ting Tom. Good to see you, Razzle Dazzle 786. Razzle Dazzle has a pretty cool job. She's an MRI technologist. Awesome job. Miss Bash says, when are you taking us to Brooklyn? Honestly, probably not anytime soon. Probably not anytime soon. Maria says, do live every day. We try to do it at least. So we are walking directly behind Madison Square Garden now. Vinny Castellano says, Tom, it's cold. Temperature is 30 degrees and snowing. Art says, hola, Tom. Awesome as usual and enjoying New York City. Learning a lot as well. Thank you. Hey, Girl Loves Hemp says, hi, Tom and everybody. Wish it were snowing here. I'll take the blizzard. So Andre says, what is the best sources to rent a place for 1 month in New York City? Gonna be working remotely. So I would definitely do Airbnb. I would check out Airbnb. Hey, Pineapple Water says, hi, Tom. I think Google's earnings will make for a happy market after they report. Some follow through. Thoughts? Yeah, so Pineapple Water, I think you make a great point, because usually whenever Microsoft reports, that's usually a good indicator of how Google is going to report, or Alphabet. Because one of the main things to look for in Microsoft's earnings report is their Azure cloud growth. And this quarter, they reported extremely strong numbers in revenue growth in their Azure cloud adoption. And as we know, one of their main competitors is Google. So I think that Google's going to report, or Alphabet's going to report a great quarter, not only on the Google Cloud segment, but also on YouTube advertising, search, things like that. Fresh Starts is what's the topic for today. We're just doing an overall markets recap, talking about the almost follow-through day for today. Hey, Mark Davis says, good evening, Tom. Hope all is well with you from frigid Toronto. What's up, Mark? Good to see you. Mark Davis is our medical marijuana expert from Canada. Always good to see you. Hey, John L. says, good evening. Google, Facebook, and Amazon report next week. Indeed they do, John L. Indeed they do. Let me know if the camera gets wet, guys, during the stream. But John L., I just sent out everybody the Behind the Street newsletter. Let me know if you got it. A lot of people have been telling me it's been going to their spam folders. But the one thing that was encouraging about today's market action is a lot of the stocks that we've been talking about after earnings, they've actually managed to hold a lot of their gains. So Atlassian, which is ticker symbol TEAM, managed to hold the vast majority of its gains today, but still sitting below its 200-day moving average, which is not ideal. You know, if we think about some of the greatest investors of all time, Paul Tudor Jones, Stanley Druckenmiller, they usually use the 200-day moving average as a long-term trend guideline. So it's definitely not good to see some of these stocks still below their 200-day. Hey, Mount Up 716 says, I'm not a medical marijuana expert, but I am an expert in marijuana. Hi, Tom. Be safe. Have some fun in the snow if you can. Hey, thank you, Mount Up. Good to see you. Mount Up 716 is joining us from Buffalo, New York. Good to see you. So everybody, is it just me, or does the screen look more reflective than it usually does? But maybe that's just because the snow is hitting the cars. I'm not sure. Nirvana Fan 500, good to see you. Opal says 111. Hey, Brian's here, and I see Charlie Richardson. What's up, Charlie? Happy Friday, everybody. Ren 10 says, it does, Tom, very reflective. Well, you know what I think it is? When the snow hits the headlights of the cars, it acts like a prism, so it shoots the light in a bunch of different ways, perhaps. Let me see if I can fix it. Ah, let's try that. What about now? I wiped it with my hat. Hey, Ed Dunkel is here. What's up, Ed? Fresh Starts is Tom. How much snow will New York City get tomorrow? So in my opinion, I don't think we're going to get much. Usually whenever the media, hypes up a big snowstorm, we usually wind up with nothing. I mean, right now it doesn't look like it's coming down at all. Hey, Roy S says, we just need another 10 subscribers for 10,000. Yeah, that is wild. Well, thank you everybody for the support. It is Very, very much appreciated. Cosmo Scary says, Tom, the storm is still intensifying off the coast. Hey, Russ says, I watch your walks every time you go live, the best. What's up, Russ? Thank you, Russ. Appreciate it. Prusley Toms says, is this time live or just a replay? So tonight we're just doing a replay. So I'm just replaying all of the old streams that we have. Tonight we are not live. Miss Bash is noisy tonight. Yeah, there's a lot of clanging and banging going on over here, especially by 34th Street. A lot of construction. But so the overarching theme of tonight, I mean, look, you know, if we really come to terms and really understand the earnings that happened this week, things were actually really good. Earnings were actually really, really good. And as you guys know, the main thing that I like to listen to, especially in a lot of these earnings reports, is the forward guidance, right? A lot of the times the forward-looking guidance from the chief technology officers, the chief executive officers at these companies are more important than the current earnings themselves. And we heard from CEO Tim Cook that he expects an even bigger quarter ending in March. And he gave actually some really good news about the supply chain too. He said during the December quarter, we had a ton of problems with supply chain, but we forecast a lot of those things to subside. So we heard from Bill McDermott, which is the CEO of ServiceNow. And he said, and I quote, our business is built to operate and flourish in any sort of environment, which is great. Hey, Roy S., thank you. Cosmo Scary says, thank you, everybody. 10K subscribers. That is awesome, guys. I really do appreciate you. You know, I always say if it wasn't for you guys, there'd be no stream, right? Because we talk to you guys every single night. We talk about finance, technology, Slim investing, and Investors Business Daily. And if it wasn't for you guys sharing ideas, giving me topics to talk about, there's no stream. So it's not just me reaching 10K subs, it's you guys too. So I really do appreciate it. Thank you for all of the support and knowledge. And I'm learning a lot from you guys too. So very much appreciated. And thank you once again. Hey, Paul is here. What's up, Paul? Says, let's just head to the nightclubs. What the hell is up about that? Oh God, walking in finance on a Friday. Yeah, Paul, I'm not really a big nightclub kind of guy. I've never been to a nightclub. Alex's bomb site. What's up, John? What's up, Alex? Oh man, the wind is brutal. Hey, Mario123 says, feet of snow with 60 to 80 mile per hour winds. This is a prepare now. Wow. Hey, Big Hank says, my dad lifts. So this is a cool shot of the Empire State Building. You can actually see the very top of it directly through these buildings here. Hey, Cosmo, thank you, dude. Cosmo, thank you for the $5 donations. Congrats on 10K. Thank you, Cosmo. Cosmo is a great moderator, so thank you for all your work that you put in for the channel. Thank you, Lady O, and all the moderators. Lady O, Sunshine After Rain, Sunshine New York, and everybody that's a moderator. I appreciate it. Cosmo says, oops, donated twice. Don't worry, Cosmo, I'll hit you back. I got you. Hey, Blondie says, hey, Tom, how's your day going? Did you remember your gloves tonight? So still no gloves, unfortunately. But it's actually surprisingly not cold out tonight. It was colder last night. Brian says, what's your plan for the weekend, Tom? So Brian, I think I'm just gonna sit down this weekend, take it easy, and write the 13th edition of the Behind the Street newsletter. The 12th edition came out today. It was a little late, so I wanna make sure I get this next one out on time for everybody. Hey, Bella says, hi, Tom, from Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. Very cool. Mario123 says, we have snow storm chases on the ground for this snow/hurricane combo where you're at. Hey, Fernando, thank you so much, my friend. Daniel says, hi, everybody. What's up, Daniel? Pamela Pix is here. Boggs says, are you aware that the old Madison Square Garden was on 49th Street and 8th Avenue? Maybe not. Maybe not aware of that. Fresh Start says, Tom, let's take a trip to Bank of America Tower. We're going to do that tonight, Fresh Start. We'll go to Bank of America Tower just for you, in celebration of a strong financial earnings run we just had. Hey, Disney cast members here, says Snow Lover Tom. Disney cast member actually just moved back to New York. Disney cast member is a former born and bred Long Islander. So we're happy to have her back in New York. Always good to see a Disney cast member. Paul says, Tom, I work for an American multinational and they are always reluctant to give us time off for the snowstorm. Hey, Lady O, thank you so much for the support. Says you did it. 10K, congrats, Tom. Lady O, thank you so much for the donation and thank you for being a great moderator on the channel. Very, very much appreciated. Big shout out to all the moderators on the channel that keep things in line, let's just say. So here we are, West 32nd Street and Korea Way. Lucius has so many good memories in these streets. Hey, Penelope says, Tom, you must have no grandma, otherwise you would have a hat, scarf, and gloves. I would adopt you. I do have a grandmother, but I do have a hat. Just no gloves. Vinny Castellano says 10K, great job, bro. Thank you, Vinny. GX72 says hello from cold Florida. You know, I actually just bought a house in North Miami Beach. And right now, one of my neighbors texted me this morning saying it's going to be 34 degrees in Miami tonight. Hey, Jan says, wow, that is a quality stream. Thank you, Jan. So in other big news, everybody, I really wanted to touch on this briefly. You know, we talk about the company SoftBank a lot on the stream. And my former boss was actually Marcelo. And, you know, Marcelo is very, very famous and most notable for selling his company Brightstar to SoftBank. And that sale minted him a billionaire. And he actually used to be my boss. And then he left to be the chief executive officer at SoftBank under Masayoshi Son. And he just resigned from his position and sent us all an email. And it's one of the things, you know, that's coming out why he resigned. He was asking for $1 billion in executive compensation, a raise from $16 million he was making. He's like, yeah, guys, you know, I really think I should be making $1 billion a year from my $16 million all-in compensation. And I guess they didn't accommodate that and they told him to take a walk. So Marcelo is no longer with SoftBank after they did not approve his $1 billion compensation package. Hey, Thomas is here. Says, hello, Tom. Congrats on 10K subs. Enjoying your live stream tonight. Hey, thank you. Turkle says, LOL. Miss Bash says he's crazy. You know, I really did enjoy working for Marcelo, though. I really, really did. He really knew how to pay his salespeople well. And he's a very, very poised guy, has extremely good business acumen. So I have nothing but good things to say about Marcelo. And I wish him the best in the future. Yeah, Charlie Richardson's like, that's a lot of money. So now we are at Koreatown here. The snow is just starting to pick up. Hey Daniel says, great job on 10K. Thank you, Daniel. Appreciate you.
Spot near your beach, check it out. You want to sing, you want to drink,
So SoftBank is a publicly traded company that has been falling under a ton of heat lately. Well, not just lately, over the past, let's say, I would even say over the past 5 to 10 years. Because Masa-san tends to make these big, ridiculous bets in companies, and some of them don't pan out. So I guess we'll see how the SoftBank Vision Fund works, especially with all the money they allocated to Miami, Florida. We'll see. Hey, Dante Rose is proud of you. Appreciate it, Dante. Hey, Michelle McGraw is here. What's up, Michelle? This is Tom. Congrats on 10K. Thank you so much, Michelle McGraw. And thank you for being a great moderator, keeping everything in check in the chat. I appreciate you very, very much. Marty Lewis says, I am sorry to say I have never heard of SoftBank. So SoftBank is a big Japanese multinational company. I would say that is most notable for the WeWork and the Sprint T-Mobile acquisition. Hey, Fresh Start says, Tom, have you been to Baltimore? I have not. Hey, the Mighty Bull says, congratulations, Tom, on 10,000. Thank you, Mighty Bull. Mighty Bull, thank you for all the support you've given to the channel. You have one of my favorite YouTube tag names, the Wall Street Mighty Bull. Hey, Dale says, New York in the snow is beautiful. What's up, Dale? Hey, Out and About says, happy Friday and cheers. Out and About is joining us from Toronto, Canada. What is up, Out and About? Always good to see you. Sally says, Tom, congratulations. Thank you, Sally. I appreciate you very much. Somebody says, never stop storm chasing. Jamie Price says, hey, Tom, what's up? Jamie Price. Ron says, hello, Tom, and have a nice weekend. Or welcome to the weekend. Welcome, Ron, to the stream. I hope you're well. Hey, Jan, I was like, what's this channel about? Oh, he walks around live in New York City. Sub. What's going on? Yeah, Jan, so we usually split our time 50-50 between New York City and Miami. And we walk around and talk about financial topics and things like that. Zico says, Brooklyn forever. I used to live in Greenpoint, Brooklyn. Two Wheel Pines says, congrats on 10K, Tom. Been a great time ever since I first subscribed a while back. Well, thank you very, very much, Two Wheel Pines. It is much appreciated. Let's see if we can cross the street here. So from here, you're going to be able to see the greatest view of the Empire State Building you've ever seen in your life. Well, at least one of them. So we'll take a look at the beautiful Empire State Building in the snow. And actually, LinkedIn actually has their offices right in the Empire State Building. And Microsoft reported earnings this month, and LinkedIn revenue was the highest ever. And the most engagement ever reported for LinkedIn came out of this earnings report. So great quarter for Microsoft. Hey, Miguel Gonzalez is here. What is up, Miguel Gonzalez? Hey, Paul says, hyperinflation, what are your thoughts? So, well, I mean, we heard from the Federal Reserve today, Wednesday, with the FOMC meeting. And Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell, I mean, really the only thing he said was we're leaving interest rates near zero. And we are going to leave them near zero until March, where you could expect almost 5 interest rate hikes this year. But he did hold steady and promised everybody that he would indeed finish his tapering of asset purchases in March. But the funny thing is, if we look at the Federal Reserve's balance sheet, the Federal Reserve's balance sheet right now is knocking on the door of $9 trillion. I believe last time I checked it was $8.7 trillion. Hey, Michael says, long live Fed Chair Jerome Powell. Esteban says, hello from Puerto Rico. What is going on? Dean says, hello from Dublin. What's up, Dean? Tom AK is here. What's up, Tom? Charlie King says, we need savings account interest rates. Yeah, I mean, if you save your money in a savings account right now, you're actually probably losing money after inflation. Because the crazy thing is we got a 7% CPI print. Right, so 7% is your hurdle rate. So if you're not growing your net worth by at least 7% per annum, on a technical basis, you're actually losing money after inflation. So inflation is not good. It doesn't matter what Jerome Powell and all the cronies at the Fed say. Inflation is not good because it steals the purchasing power away from hardworking Americans. Hey, Christian Felix. What's up, Christian? This is good scenery. I want to take you guys out to a really good restaurant. Well, past a really good restaurant. Steve Sells, the snow is going to start hitting hard soon, I hope. So if anybody visits New York, you guys have to go to this restaurant. It's called Take 31. We've been to it a couple times on the stream. Hey, Square Bet is joining us. Says hi, Tom. What's up, Square Bet? Todd is here. Judy D. Penelope NNB 045 says, won't that cause a taper tantrum? Yeah, so NNB 045, I think you bring up a good point about the taper tantrum. I would argue that it's possible that we've already had a taper tantrum. You know, if you look at the relative valuation of a lot of these software as a service companies, they've come down significantly. They've come down really, really significantly. We just talked about Atlassian, which is a Australian enterprise software company. We talked about ServiceNow yesterday. These stocks were all down greater than 30%, all of them. But after their earnings reports, you know, we start to see some buy-side action coming into these names as fundamentals continue to improve. So this is my favorite Korean restaurant in the city. It's called Take 31. Hey, Beer and Bets podcast is here. It says, cheers, Tom. Appreciate the support and stay warm. Everybody, if you're interested in sports betting or anything like that, please check out our pal Jimmy Anderson at the Beer and Bets podcast.
Except it doesn't actually open.
Hey, Chelsea's here. What's up, Chelsea? Good to see you. Paul says, will the commodities markets be affected hard by continuing uncertainty of inflation? You know, Paul, I'm actually I want to share with you a very good interview. I'm not sure if I programmed it into the Nightbot, but Paul Tudor Jones and Stanley Druckenmiller were just recently interviewed, I believe, on Bloomberg, and they were talking about the upcoming commodity super cycle, as they call it. So if you Google Stanley Druckenmiller commodity super cycle, I really want you to listen to that interview because I think it is an amazing, amazing interview. Judy D says would be nice to sit down for a meal together. I think it would too. How about this? At 100, if we ever hit 100K subs, I'll take you guys all out to Take 31. We'll have a good time. Mark Davis is here. Good to see you, Mark. Ireva says, do you think the dollar will go to zero soon? I don't think the dollar will go to zero soon, but I do believe that the dollar will go by the way of all currencies and all retail and all all fiat currencies do go to zero, but I actually think the relative strength of the dollar is going to increase against other foreign currencies. If we talk about the Turkish lira and the like, those currencies are in hyperinflationary collapse versus the United States dollar and such. But to touch a little bit briefly on the commodity super cycle, as I've been saying for I think about 5 months now on the streams, my price target for the crude oil futures, or the CL, which is the price of crude oil, is still right around $100. Just look at the prices of lumber. Lumber, even with the 50% correction in price, I think it's retraced its entire correction, is actually 100% higher from there. And this is impacting single-family home builders and the like, because the raw materials that go into building a house and such are going up. JJNS is the Turkish lira. Are you kidding? Who would compare the US dollar to the Turkish economy? Come on, man. Interesting. Yeah, I think the comparison comes from, a lot of people, especially in the Bitcoin community, they talk about the US dollar going to zero and things like that. But I don't think the US dollar is going to zero, so to speak, because you have to view it on a global macro scale, right? And it's almost like which economy and which currency is the least bad. And I think as of right now, that is the Swiss franc, the United States dollar, because comparing it to something like the Turkish lira that's been in hyperinflationary collapse versus more stable currencies, those are going to be the fiat currencies that go to zero first, right? And then you have a flight to safety in the more stable currencies such as the US dollar. So that's sort of where the comparison comes in my view. What do you think about that? Hey, Christian Felix is here. Says, is there any movie theater nearby? I actually think there is a movie theater nearby. 23rd Street. It's the AMC. Bombi Rivera says, hi, how are you? I'm doing really good. JJNS is an appropriate comparison would obviously be the euro, yen, not the weakest European currencies. Agreed. Yeah, JJNS, I think the point I'm trying to make is, so Iriva said, do you think the United States dollar is going to go to zero? And I said no, because I think you'll have a flight to safety in the more relative strength currencies like the US dollar. You understand? But very good point you make. Hey, Diana, thank you so much for the $5 donation, Diana. I appreciate you very much. I'm going to try to wipe the screen here. I think it's going to be hard. Hey, Tanya S says, hey, Tom and everybody. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well, Tanya S. Good to see you. But I think JJNS makes a really good point. I think he makes a really, really good point, which I think everybody should pay attention to, because if you look at more stable European currencies, it's easy to dump on, the Turkish lira, right? But I think you're going to have a waterfall effect out of those unstable currencies into the most stable. But I think that's why, cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin are gaining a lot of steam. Because if you get paid in Turkish lira, you have to exchange that currency either into goods and services immediately or even into other currency, or you're not going to be feeling well. But the number one thing, contrary to what a lot of people think, that causes hyperinflationary collapse of a currency, yes, it is money printing, but the number one thing is when all trust in that government goes to zero. Right, so I'll say again, when you have a government that the people do not trust, the currency will go to zero. Man, it is snowing pretty hard here. Hey, JJNS says, I was just in Geneva last July. Switzerland is the N invisible position globally. Very cool. Awesome. Hey, Karan Wallace says, good night from Trinidad. Keep up the conversations, bro. Be safe out there. Hey, Karan, thank you so much. Mike C says, government regulation will drive the dollar down, says Mike C. Hey, Gio is here. What's up, Gio? Thank you so much for the $5 donation. Says, hey, Tom, happy first of many and many more 10Ks to come. AMD is at an attractive price at the moment. How is team doing? Bet it's great. Gio, thank you so much for the donation. So Atlassian actually reported earnings yesterday. They reported a great quarter. They were up about 10% after hours and they rallied strong all day today. But we still do not have a follow-through day in the market. We almost had a follow-through day today, but the volume was not. The volume was just not there. Jimmy Anderson says, awesome view of the Empire State Building. 14 says, what's up, Tom? What's going on? Paul O'Malley says, have the tech companies seen off the chip shortage and will U.S. invest in chip manufacturing? Yes, so Paul, we actually just did an entire stream about Intel. And Intel is going to invest, I believe, $20 billion into a new manufacturing facility in Ohio, which is good news. I think that's going to bring about a lot of good job opportunities in Ohio. And I think President Joe Biden was right when he said that the global semiconductor shortage is a national security threat, which I agree. You know, and if we really look at all of the different technologies of the future, almost every single one of those technologies requires semiconductors in some way, shape, or form. You know, the average EV or electric vehicle requires 2,000 chips in one EV. Oh, wow. You guys are going to love this. Check out this view of the Empire State Building from here. Hold on. Let me try to... We're going to be wiping the screen a lot tonight, guys, because... Wow, that looks cool. Ken Kramer says AMD is at a major discount in my opinion. Mata says, hey Tom, how are you? Chelsea says, I'm in New York City at the end of February. I hope the weather isn't like this. Square Bet says, we are seeing a dead cat bounce. Very possible, Square Bet. Very possible. So Square Bet, I think you're right. I mean, you may be right. I'm not going to say you are right, but you may be right because the indices are still below their major 200-day moving averages. So that's why let's wait for a break of those 200-day. Hey, Jules B says the snow is extra special. What's up, Jules? Smee is here. What's up, Smee? Man, the wind is just picking up. Hey, Streaming Devices says image is great. Does he said what camera use it? I use an iPhone 11. Ooh, man, it is snowing like crazy, and it is windy. All right, we're gonna try to cross the street as best we can. Hey, 14 says, what avenue is this? This is 5th Avenue. We're walking up 5th. Hey, Ronald says, was in New York City 2 weeks ago and saw some snow. Awesome. Hey, Chris Mills says, nice weather, Tom. What's up, Chris? We'll take one more look at the Empire. Good to see Chris Mills. Mr. 440 says view from 34th Street. LWSI says what people don't realize that eating inside a plastic sealed box on the street is not eating outside. I think you have a really good point there. Sir Pang says, why are there so many homeless people in the richest country? I think probably political corruption. I think that's probably the best answer I could give you. Anthony, good to see you, Anthony. Hey, Thiago's here. Good to see you, Thiago. Hey, Tatiana says, good evening, Tom. Do you like this cold? I'm not a big fan of the cold, but it's nice every once in a while. JJNS says, it's ironic the Empire State Building was built during the Depression. And it was built very fast, too. DJ number 1 says your mic sucks. We don't have a mic. I forgot the mic tonight. So no mic tonight. Hey, Shanika says I'm from Southern Florida. So it's really nice to see real New York winter. That's awesome. Well, Southern Florida is supposed to be pretty cold, actually. It's going to be 35 degrees. Hey, Rebecca B, what's up? Rebecca B says, good evening, Tom. Surprised you got out in this weather. Hope you had a good day today. Hope you had a good day too. Paul says, do I think a recession is on the horizon due to rising interest rates? Well, I think the easiest answer I could give you is I'm not sure, right? But if we look at the ISM manufacturing numbers, and this is I think one of the most important things I wrote about in the Behind the Street newsletter, is I detailed and outlined how to read the IMS manufacturing numbers. Right, and how to identify if the economy is expanding or contracting. So, I mean, if you look at the corporate earnings, you know, Apple reported their highest revenue quarter ever on record. So, I mean, does that seem, and you know, in order for Apple's revenue to keep increasing, people have to buy their products and services. And the vast majority of their revenue comes from the United States. So consumer spending looks good. Hey, Elon Musk, good to see you. Hey, Elaine says, hey, I'm from Brazil and I love this city and your channel too. Thank you too. I mean, thank you so much. Miko says, do you ever talk about crypto stuff if you're into finance? Yeah, we talk about it all the time. We were just talking about it 10 minutes ago. Absolutely. So for tonight, everybody, I'm not going to be able to read everybody's comments. So I do apologize, so just bear with me because the front of my screen of my iPhone is all water and I can't see anything. Mirko Gradsky is awesome. Subscribe. Hey, thank you for subscribing. So if you want to get a more in-depth look about what I think about cryptocurrencies and the equities market, if you go into the link in the description of this video, it'll say sign up for free to the Behind the Street newsletter. If you punch in your email, you'll be able to read all of my newsletters for free. So if you want to go into a little bit more detail, I would definitely do that. Hey, Andre is here. Says hi. What's up, Andre? Ateen. Lucia says, where do you live? I live in New York and Miami, Florida. Both places. You know, I really respect the food delivery bicycle guys a lot. Big respect. Okay, so we are coming up on the Steven Schwartzman building. So the Steven Schwartzman building is here at the New York Public Library. And Steven Schwartzman is a mega titan on Wall Street. And he made the vast majority of his money with leverage buyout deals. So you could think about BlackRock, Blackstone, Steven Schwartzman, Larry Fink. ADG, good to see you. Wow, check out this view. I think this is one of the best views we have so far on the stream. Hey, Dan McLaren says, love to see that the viewers are increasing. What's up, Dan? Good to see you. Quentin Hairston says, snowing here in the Carolinas as well. Ooh, so now we are in the nice and warm library. I wish. So it looks like the snow is starting to stick a little bit, at least. I'll show you guys the ground. Hey, Tony Cortez is here. What's up, Tony? Always love seeing Tony on the stream. What's up, Tony? So this is the Bank of America Tower right here. But right next to it is the Salesforce Tower. So we always talk about Salesforce Tower because Salesforce is one of the #1 enterprise software companies that specializes in CRM software, or customer relationship management software. And their CEO is Mark Benioff. Well, we'll keep walking. I want to show you guys the very front of the New York Public Library. Hey, NG is here. What's up, NG? Says, thanks for being out in that weather in order to give us great content. No problem, NG. Hope you're enjoying the start to your weekend. DJ's like, don't eat the yellow snow. Funny. XV004 says, is Salesforce paying you? Indirectly, I would say. Just kidding. Hey, Rob H says, Tom, do you have a CRM that you prefer? Well, the vast majority of, I would say, developed enterprise companies utilize Salesforce. If you're like a middle market to a small business, you'll probably use like a Zoho or a HubSpot. But personally, I used to use Salesforce in my other tech company that I was at, but now I use a CRM called Zoho, Z-O-H-O. Hey, Ronald is here, has just earned a sub. Thanks for the content. Hey, thank you, Ronald. You're very, very kind, and we appreciate you being here. and I hope you have a fantastic weekend. So thank you so much. Mike C says, so that's why Salesforce ticker symbol is CRM. Absolutely. Yep, so the ticker symbol for Salesforce is CRM, and that stands for Customer Relationship Management Software. But Salesforce actually just made a couple really large acquisitions. Number one being Slack. I'm not sure if anybody remembers when Slack actually went public under the ticker symbol WORK, which is another collaboration tool that competes with Microsoft Teams. I'm not sure if anybody in the chat uses Microsoft Teams. Hey, Kerry Cooper says, I use Salesforce with my job. Yeah, Kerry, it seems like a lot of people use Salesforce. How do you like it? So, Kerry, there was also some other integrations with Salesforce I used to use, such as Outreach. Opal says, great views. What's up, Opal? 004 says Discord over Slack. Dan McLaren says, I also use Salesforce every day at work. 007 says, I'm not a fan of Microsoft Teams. I love Teams. I use Teams at my job or my work right now, mainly because it's free. Mainly because it's free. Hey, Ramsey's here. Says hi, Tom and everybody. Jared says Slack is great. Not a fan of Teams. So I'm not sure if anybody uses Twitter a lot, but I was on Twitter Spaces the other night, and it was all a bunch of enterprise software guys like myself arguing about what is better, Microsoft Teams, Slack. Yeah, and we were doing that for about 20 minutes. But not for nothing, a good piece of advice. If you're interested in enterprise software or, investing, you'd be surprised, but there's actually a lot of very intelligent people on Twitter that work at a lot of these major enterprise software companies, the largest hedge funds, investment banks. So if you're ever on Twitter, you can find some golden nuggets in there for sure. Kerry Cooper says, Tom, my company uses Welkin, and I heard that's the worst. Hey, Roy is here. What's up, Roy? Good to see you. Federico says, are people nicer in New York City or Miami? I think it's about the same. I think people are nice everywhere you go. NG says, I feel like all the smart people are on Twitter. So our pal Jack stepped down. Jack is a very controversial figure. Alonzo R says, Tom, living in upstate New York is so boring. Well, you got to come down. I think that was the, what's her name? She's in that show, Squid Game. The Squid Game show. Andre says, Tom, Slack's way better than Teams. Nizam says, how are you, Tom? I'm doing good. So everybody, we are going to go into Grand Central Station for a minute just so I can warm up. So this is the One Vanderbilt building. Yeah, so speaking of urban infrastructure, did everybody see that bridge in Pittsburgh that collapsed? Horrible. I only saw like a brief note about it come across the Bloomberg terminal today. But supposedly there was a bridge that collapsed in Pittsburgh. And there's about 4 people injured, so hoping for the best. So now we are walking down 42nd Street. And we have a beautiful view of the Chrysler Building. 004 says you might need a wind buff for your mic. So we do have one, but I left the microphone at home today. So we are streaming without a mic for today. So no mic today. unfortunately. We're just gonna have to deal with it. So I do apologize. But we do have a mic, we just got one. Smee says it is horrible. They need to redo both Cape Cod bridges. Hey, Ruby Falcone says Chrysler looked gorgeous in the snow. The Chrysler building. Juan Carlos Rodriguez says, can you respond to me? What's going on? Good to see you and thank you for joining. And have a good weekend. Our pal, the Mighty Bull. So Mighty Bull, since we are at Grand Central Station, we're going to check out the Mighty Bull. Might as well. What do you think? Hey, Heat Mover 144 says, hey Tom, just tuned in. What's going on? We're walking around in the snow tonight. And we're looking at the Chrysler building. And then this building right here is the one and only One Vanderbilt. Juan Carlos Rodriguez says, oh my God, I would love to go there to the Empire State Building. Tracy J says, what's the temperature? I believe it's right around 30 degrees. Ooh, very slippery. Thiago says almost 1K viewers. Thank you everybody for viewing. And thank you everybody for subscribing. We did reach 10,000 subscribers on the channel. So I do appreciate everybody that's been tuning in over the past couple months to our skateboarding and walking streams where we talk about finance. So thank you everybody. I do appreciate it very much. I never thought when I started this I would ever have 10,000 people that would be interested in this. So, and I made a lot of good friends doing it. So I think it was well worth it. Made a lot of good friends. So thanks everybody. Hey, the Mighty Bull, thank you so much for the $5 donation, Mighty Bull. You're a very good friend of mine and I appreciate the support. Yeah, Mike Cease is not a good night for skateboarding. So now we are looking at the one and only Grand Central Station right here in the heart of New York City at Vanderbilt Avenue. And we are also at Pershing Square. And speaking of Pershing Square, Bill Ackman is the CEO and the founder of the hedge fund Pershing Square, and they actually just made a large investment into Netflix. So if anybody wants to know about that investment that Bill Ackman made into Netflix, you can check my Twitter. If you look in the link in this description of the video, you'll see all of like my Twitter links and things like that. And you can search Bill Ackman. And he just made a large investment into Netflix, which is a Reed Hastings company. Hey, chat 344 videos says hello from Argentina. Gus 1954 says, are you wearing a mask? I'm wearing a mask tonight because it keeps me warm. So yes. Hey, Ruby Falcone, I appreciate you very much. Ruby's my good friend. She gave me some amazing advice on how to rent out my apartment. So I am forever thankful for you, Ruby. Says thank you for the amazing streams and here to some more subscribers to come. Thank you, Ruby Falcone. Appreciate you and I hope you enjoy the weekend because you deserve it. All right, let's go into Grand Central Station to warm up for a second. Here's one of the food cart guys. Oh my gosh, I feel like I'm an icicle. Frank Gonzalez says, don't get me wrong, Tom. You are awesome, smart, and you nailed it with an audience that want to learn some new stuff. There's too much crap nowadays on YouTube. Thank you, Frank. Appreciate you. Happy Friday, Frank. Roy S. says, Tom, what do you mean when you write that Microsoft is a true liquid leader? Want to learn? Sure. So what I mean, so institutions, large institutional investors, you can think about hedge funds, mutual funds, and the like, they really need liquidity, right? So for example, let's say there's a stock that only has a $1 billion market cap. If you want to be able to buy a multi-million dollar position in a company that only has $1 billion market cap, you know, these institutions are going to automatically push up the price of the stock. But if you have a company like Microsoft where the market capitalization is quite literally in the trillions and it trades multiple billions of dollars a day in volume, that's called liquidity. It's going to be easy for institutional investors to go in and out of their positions. But it's not just about liquidity that you need liquidity and earnings. And I like to call that the magic elixir. So if you have a company like Microsoft, Alphabet, that are compounding out their earnings at an annualized growth rate of at least 25%, those are the type of stocks that large institutional money managers are going to buy. So high liquidity and high earnings and sales growth with good return on equity and good cash flow. So hopefully that answers your question as we look at the Mighty Bull for the number one Mighty Bull. Roy S. says, thanks, Tom. Appreciate it.
Attention customers. A reminder, proper wearing of a mask that covers the nose.
So now we are in Grand Central Station.
Travel on trains or are in our stations.
Hey, Frank says, hey, Tom, how are you? Doing good?
And vaccination status. If you forgot yours, please ask.
And here's another thing, Roy S., that I think is important to note. You know, large institutional investors, sometimes it can take them months. Quite literally, it can take them months to get a full position on. It's not like you and me where we just log into our Charles Schwab account or Interactive Brokers account and buy the stock, right? If you're an institutional investor, you're moving crazy size around. You know, you're moving multiple billions of dollars. So in order for you to get your full position on, it's going to take days of buying, right? Because if you just, you know, slam a bid at the open and you put an order in for $1 billion worth of common stock, you're going to drive the price up of that stock, right? So it takes months to accumulate full positions. And that's why you need liquidity. Yeah, so exactly what John L. said. Says it took Buffett 15 years to buy Apple. Well, I mean, that's not like sizing into a position, but it took him quite a while to get Apple. So let me try to catch up on the comments here. Ritzy Ferry says liquidity is not a problem. High frequency traders. Hey, thank you so much for the $20 super chat. Deidre says, thank you, Tom. You're so informative. Congrats on 10K. Hey, thank you so much for the $20 super chat. I appreciate it very, very much. Very much appreciate it. I appreciate the support. Ritzy Ferry says, with high frequency traders, liquidity are efficient every time. Yeah, so Ritzy Ferry, what I'm saying is, Yeah, so what Ritzy Ferry is talking about is, you have your 2 Sigma, you have your Citadel, you have your jump trading, and these are quantitative hedge funds on Wall Street, right? So these are really the market makers that provide liquidity. But what I'm saying is, for an institutional investor, like a big mutual fund, like let's say like Fidelity's suite of mutual funds, BlackRock's suite of mutual funds, they need liquidity to size into positions, right? So that's why if you think about your NVIDIAs, your Microsofts, your Alphabet, those tend to be the stocks that have the most institutional sponsorship because the quality of their fundamentals are so great, right? The predictability of their earnings is spot on all the time. When Apple reports, they're going to beat analyst expectations and they're going to raise forward guidance. But yeah, you're absolutely right. High frequency trading does help with liquidity. 100% right. Frank Castle says, be safe in the blizzard, everybody in New York. Thank you so much. But Deirdre, thank you so much for the $20 donation. I appreciate you very much. Thanks everybody for the support. Hey, Michael Kloss says, love your live videos. Thanks. Thank you so much. Ritzy Ferry says, as a quant. Oh, where are you? Oh, so you're a quantitative researcher. What firm do you work at? Oh, you work for BlackRock. Awesome. So maybe Ritzy Ferry, you could give us some insight on the world of market making, high frequency trading. One of my good buddies is a quantitative researcher here at 2 Sigma in the city. NMB 045, so that's why I check my mutual fund prospectus. The stocks the mutual fund is investing in are always well-known companies that have liquidity. So I guess we'll head out here. We'll head back out. Let's head over to the west side. John L. says BlackRock controls $9.5 trillion in assets. Huge. Yep, they are a behemoth. Hey, Sunshine After Rain says hi, Tom in chat. Good to see you, Sunshine After Rain. Hope you're well. All right, let's venture outside once again. So we're outside One Vanderbilt right here. Let me try to get my, I have a cleaning cloth out of my bag, hold on. Snow's starting to come down a little bit more now. Yeah, Mike sees the snowing sideways. Okay, I think I forgot my, let's see. I guess we could just continue walking. Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of, hey, Techno Pink is here. What's up, Techno Pink? Techno Pink is our friend from the Dominican Republic that works at Ernst & Young, EY. What's going on, Techno Pink? Good to see you. I thought I had a cleaning cloth in my bag, but I guess apparently not. Ramsey says, Tom, is the cost of living in New York and Florida very expensive? So it really just depends where in Florida you live, and it really just depends where in New York City that you live. Right, because you could live on Billionaires Row, 57th Street, and the cost of living is astronomical. Or you could live in a nice, quaint town in upstate New York, and things are pretty good. So I think it just depends on where you're located, but Miami, Florida, and New York City are very, very expensive places. Hey, Ritzy Ferry. So everybody, Ritzy Ferry here. I think it's important to, let's read his comment, because he is actually a market maker at BlackRock. So I'd love to hear his insights. Ritzy Ferry says, algorithmic trading renders markets more liquid and trading more systematic by ruling out the impact of human emotions on trading activities. So that's the big thing. Awesome. Agreed 100%. So Ritzy Fair, do you work right here in Midtown, I'm assuming? Hey, Triple G says, hi, Tom. Any new comments on the 50, 100, or 200-day moving average? So I did just send out the newsletter, but all the main indices are still below their 200-day moving averages. Earnings came in all right. Atlassian reported a good quarter. ServiceNow reported a good quarter. And one of the things that really impressed me about ServiceNow, so ServiceNow is a company, the CEO is Bill McDermott, but they closed over 135 deals over $1 million. Right, so for anybody who's familiar with enterprise software, or who used to be an enterprise software salesperson like I did, those deals are closed by enterprise account executives and tend to be in the Fortune 50 and Fortune 500 space. So if you're a company that is consistently closing a lot of deals in the enterprise, that's big proof of concept for your company. And that tends to be very predictable and sticky revenue. So a huge earnings beat, a huge revenue beat by ServiceNow and Atlassian. So two good quarters. Michael Cannon-Brooks is a great CEO. Bill McDermott, former SAP guy, brilliant. Yeah, it does seem like the snow's still coming down, but the wind is not as bad. Ritzy Ferry says, as a medium-term investor, it is very interesting to buy the dip in technology stocks right now, says Ritzy Ferry. Yeah, I think you make a good point, because it seems like the markets are pricing in a couple rate hikes from the Fed. So valuations have come down. We've had PE compression throughout the industry. If you look at a lot of these high flyer enterprise software stocks, software as a service stocks, a lot of these companies are trading at ridiculous multiples times sales, ridiculous multiples times earnings, but they've since come down. So I think that, after a couple quarters of earnings roll through, hopefully that a lot of these companies will grow into their valuations. But that's why I always say, companies that are garbage, that don't report any earnings, like the Pelotons of the world, what goes up must come down. So when you have a market where the Federal Reserve is going to be, well, let's just say not as lackadaisical or not as dovish, the stocks that are going to take the biggest hit are the stocks that have no earnings. And that's exactly what we saw over the past couple weeks here. Hey, Talvish says, hey, Tom, how you doing? What's up, Talvish? Christian Felix says New York City is the world's office. Agreed. Hey, Alicia is here. What's up, Alicia? Says hi. Nicholas is here. What's up, Nicholas? Lisa says hello. Rob, with your luck. Ritzy Ferris is next week and the next few months. The NASDAQ 100, S&P 500, Dow 30 will rise with the 7 rate hikes expected this year. Yeah, I mean, I don't think... So what are your thoughts on that? I really don't think that we're going to get 7 rate hikes. I think we're maybe going to get 2. And I think that Fed Chair Jerome Powell is only going to raise rates just to show face and to really get some of his credibility back. But I don't think a rate hike is actually going to do anything to ward off inflation. What do you guys think about that? On the other hand, we will continue to be very careful when it comes to reducing the Fed's balance sheet at the end of the year. Yeah, so at the FOMC meeting, supposedly they're going to finish all of their asset purchases, buying mortgage-backed securities and U.S. Treasuries by March. So we'll see. But I mean, if you look at the Fed's balance sheet, it's coming right up against $9 trillion. It's $8.7 trillion right now, I think. It's crazy. Yeah, rate hike is probably going to be like 0.25. NNB 045 says, Tom, have you ever heard of Harvard grad and his $100 billion food delivery business? Ooh, I haven't. Let me take a screenshot of that, NNB 045. Squarebet says, Jerome Powell is jawboning in the markets to keep inflation down. Well, I mean, we had a CPI print to 7%, so I'm not sure how good he's doing. Ritzy Ferris is 20... I can't even see my screen. Hold on, I'm gonna have to wipe it. Yeah, sorry if I can't read all the comments tonight, guys. Water. Turkle says, I could see 7, though I don't know what it will be. Bank of America came out saying 12, which I think was just for publicity. Although I guess it's technically possible. Interesting. Jay Gator says, hi Tom, got your newsletter. Very helpful, your charts to go along with your individual stock commentaries. Keep up the great work. Thank you, Jay Gator. All right, let's try it again. Hey, Chris is here. This is Tom. I missed the beginning of the stream. What are your plans for Miami? So I'm probably going to head back next week, maybe on Wednesday. I have a big meeting on Tuesday. Should be interesting. The Mighty Bull says, insider trading by our political leaders must end. Agreed with that, Mighty Bull. I think everybody in the chat could agree with our pal Mighty Bull on that one. Hey, Rob says the Cincinnati Bengals and San Francisco 49ers in the Super Bowl. So I think I'm going to watch the game from Penn Station. If anybody's ever been to the new Moynihan train station, they made it absolutely beautiful in the basement. Hey, Alexa says, Tom, what are your thoughts on the administration wiping some of the student debt? What do you think will happen? So I will give you my thoughts on that, but I think a lot of people in the comments section are going to be very upset. But I'll give you my thoughts on it because I've given my thoughts on it before. In my view, and hear me out, and I don't have any student debt, right? I was very, very blessed to not have a dime in student loan debt. But I always say it is never wise to take out a loan to go to college. But this is what I think. I support canceling all student loan debt, but wait, everybody, I know everybody's freaking out in the comments. Wait. But the moment we wipe away all of that student loan debt, we have to completely remove all government subsidies from the student loan program. Because the reason why college is so expensive in the first place is because the government is willing to back all of these student loans. If none of the students could afford to pay for college, prices would have to come down. So by the government subsidizing all of these student loans, they've stripped away all sort of free market capitalism from the hold on, let me cross the street here. They stripped away all free markets from the prices of college tuition. So if colleges and universities around the country know that a student can just walk into a loan office and get a loan for whatever amount they want, you know, what incentive does colleges and universities have to drop their price? They don't. They could raise the price of tuition in perpetuity. They could expand the amount of people they hire every single year. They can make the administration as big as they want. They can build as many sports stadiums as they want because they know the government will subsidize all this nonsense. So I am for canceling all student loan debt to help a lot of these kids that were scammed. But the government has to say no more. We're not doing any more of this, and we are getting out of the business of subsidizing all these student loans. So if they can do that, I'm on board with canceling student loan debt. But if not, the same thing is just going to happen in perpetuity. Okay, so we're on the corner here of West 43rd. Paul O'Malley says no need for college loans in Ireland. Square Bet says that's exactly right. Colleges are milking the government. Agreed. Ritzy Ferry says it was a pleasure to exchange with you. Take care and don't catch a cold. Hey, thank you, Ritzy Ferry, and thank you for your expertise. A current BlackRock employee. Awesome to hear from you. Thank you so much and enjoy your weekend, my friend.
I actually like that dude.
Lady Os has agreed, Tom. Yeah, I mean, the way I think of it, you know, there's a lot of people and there was a lot of predatory lending practices with student loans. Yeah, Lady, it's just time to wipe the screen. Lockshy says, what's your opinion on Raven Coin? I don't follow any of the alternative cryptocurrencies at all. I have no idea what that even is, to be honest. Sorry about that. Hey, Deborah J says, good night, Tom and chat. Great stream. Hey, thank you, Deborah. I appreciate you. John L says, programming can be self-taught. Free coders making hundreds of thousands a year. Yeah, that's true. I mean, you know, here's my thing. I think whenever I say that, a lot of people sort of misconstrue my words. I am very, very pro-college education. I think college is very important for personal development, to meet people, to network. But I don't think it's wise to go deep into debt of $100,000 or more in order to get a college degree. That I don't think is wise. If you can do it in a responsible way where it's not going to cripple your financial future, I think college is a great thing. You're going to meet a lot of people, you're going to get a lot of experience, and you're going to learn a lot. But it's not wise to, yeah, and I saw somebody in the comments saying, yeah, it's not fair for the families that were responsible and paid their way through college. It's not. It's really not. You're right. And it's not. But the government always makes a mess. Always. Anytime the government tries to run a program to try to help people, it usually turns around screwing them over in the end. Ritzy Ferris, it's important for the new generation to learn Python, C++, C#, R, and MATLAB. I agree. I agree with that. Yeah, and a lot of these programming languages you could teach yourself, right? I think there's a really good resource out there. If you go to codeacademy.com, You know, that's how I taught myself Python. You know, in high school, just going on codeacademy.com and building games in Pygame. And if you just practice, you can actually pick up coding skills. I would also add SQL as well. So for me, even though I'm on the sales side, right, I'm not on the engineering side, pretty much everybody at my previous tech company that were enterprise account executives, we all knew how to code, right? Even though the basics. You know, we know Python, we know a little bit of C++. You don't need to be a total expert, but when you're selling enterprise customers software, you need to understand how to do API integrations and all these type of things. And it's very easy, right? And I'm not a smart person, but you know, if you just sit down and just be repetitive and do the repetition, you can learn Python, you can learn C++, you can learn Node, you can learn C#. You can really learn anything. Charlie Richardson says coding is fun because you can create anything. Yeah, Python is probably, I would say, one of the more resourceful languages. Especially if you want to go into finance. So let's say if you want to be a quantitative researcher at like a 2 Sigma, a Citadel, a jump trading, you're probably going to need to know Python. You're probably going to need to know the full suite of programming languages. Hey, Penelope says, you all right, Tom? I backed out then, and I have taught myself a lot. But it would be nice to have help. Yeah, Penelope, I think you're right. Hey, Dante Rose says, can you make an AI from coding? Yeah, you can. You can. Emilio J says, there are no right answers on that one. The government really messed that up. Dude, Emilio, you're so right. Hey, Melissa's here. Says, I could not go to college due to the lack of money. I was busy taking care of my parents. I'm a travel agent now. Make a decent living, and I'm okay with that. Hey, that's awesome, Melissa. That's awesome. Good for you. Ritzy Ferry says, in finance, we systematically use C++ for the speed to create our algorithms mainly. Yeah, and guys, that's coming from somebody that works right at BlackRock, right? So the main reason why I created these streams is just to share ideas, right? So we have people that work for travel agencies. We have people that work in investment banking, sales and trading, and finance, enterprise software sales. So anything that we can do to share ideas and help each other out, I'm all for it. So this is great. This is a good conversation. Hey, Cynthia Martinez is here. What's up, Cynthia? Oh, John Ellis is there. Is a YouTube guy called Network Chuck. 1.8 million subs, Python. Yeah, so Network Chuck, I'm subscribed to Network Chuck. He actually helped me out back in the day when I was doing a lot of MPLS migrations to SD-WAN. So I used to work in traditional telecom and then got more in terms of the networking side, where we had to set up a lot of these SD-WAN networks. And he really, really helped me just by watching some of those YouTube videos, better understand a WAN environment. So Network Chuck is really, really good. A lot of free content if you want to learn about networking, you know, software-defined wired area networks, cybersecurity solutions. Yeah, Network Chuck, he's a good guy. He's funny too. I like his content. All right, somehow we ended up in Times Square. I don't even know where we were walking to. But it looks nice. Hey, Cindy Foley says 2 nights in a row in Times Square. Hey, Cynthia Beal is here. What's up, Cynthia? Says thank you for all the information. Cynthia Beal, happy Friday. Hey, Melissa 2087 says 30 degrees and snowing in New York City. Looks beautiful. I always wanted to be in New York City in the middle of a snowstorm. Well, I guess you can kind of say you're in the middle of a snowstorm, all but via the internet. Hey, Chris L, what is up? Says my aunt didn't go to college till she was 40. She had an excellent career as an anesthesiologist assistant. Very cool, Chris. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Hey, Sunshine New York, what is up? Says you're gonna walk in a New York live vlog. No way, is Ann here? Let's see. Python is easy to learn. It is easy to learn. Resourceful libraries available in Pandas. Yeah, so I actually took a Columbia Business School course in Python, and one of the assignments was to analyze all of the restaurant orders at a restaurant here in New York City called Dig Inn. And we had to analyze the orders based on time of day and had to come up with conclusions about why some restaurants had higher order volumes at specific times of days based on location. And we all utilized Pandas and Python for that. And it was a pretty interesting course, and I actually enjoyed it because we actually got to help a real business in New York City with our skills. Yeah, Brianna says, I'm surprised to see everybody is still out right now. So true, Brianna. Hey, Party Tech, Party Booth says, your camera looks great, by the way. Thank you. Hey, Benny Deer Don't Care says, I use Python every day at work. So what do you do for work that you use Python? Hey, Melbourne resident says, hey mate, how are you? After a very long time, I'm seeing you. Yeah, Melbourne resident, I hope you're well. Charlie Richardson says, Tom, installing and configuring servers are a lot of fun, but they are the backbone of everything we do online. Agreed. Hey, Lupe is joining us from the one and only Oklahoma. Good to see you, Lupe. Ritzy Ferry says, for beginners and even advanced users use Anaconda. There are more than 25 languages of integrated programming. Everything is gathered. Awesome. Yeah, you can download Anaconda PowerShell. Everything is free online. Oh my gosh, we've already been streaming for 2 hours. So let's head back down to Penn Station because that is where I need to go. Emilio J says, do you think the new Google certification programs are a scam? So here's what I think about like certifications and things like that. And it may be a little bit of an unpopular opinion, but the vast majority of people that I talk to always consider, they always say, hey, if I take this course, if I take this certification, is it going to look good on my resume? To that I say, you shouldn't care if it looks good on your resume or not. You should want to take a course and learn a new skill to learn something new, right? I think college and education has really turned into this like showboat about what degree you have, right? It's not about that. And I think the smartest and most intelligent people that I've met are the people that take courses consistently, not just to say, oh, it looks good on my resume, but they take it because they're like, look, if I take this course, I'm going to learn something, and then I can apply those skills to build new products and services. Maybe I could use those skills that I learned from that course to start a business or, build something at my existing company or be better at my job. Not to say, oh, it's just going to look great on a resume and people are going to think I'm a big shot. So my answer to you would be like, do I think those courses are a scam? If they're Google courses, they're probably not a scam, right? Because I guess we have to look at the definition of a scam. But the question you have to ask yourself is, do you want to take this course because you want to learn something, or do you want to take this course just because you want to throw it up on LinkedIn? And I think you should take courses every year because you want to learn stuff. Right? You want to build new products and services. You want to be innovative. You want to be creative, not just to tell your boss, hey boss, I got this. Those are the people who really start to turn up their income when they have so many skills that are marketable and they can build and they can show companies, hey, this is what I built with my coding skills. Hey, this is what I built with my new, whatever skill it is. You factor in for X. All right, guys, I apologize, but I have to find this cleaning cloth in my bag because I can't see anything here. Hold on. Give me 1 second. We'll be right back. Yeah, and that could be applied not only to like coding skills, but it could be applied to anything. You know, maybe you're taking a cooking class. You know, maybe you're taking a journalism class. You should take the course because you want to learn something to get value. Hold on. Please stand by. A little bit of an intermission. Hold on. Okay, we're back. We're back. Hopefully I didn't make you guys too dizzy. Hold on, I'm just gonna wipe off the front of my screen. That's a lot better. Yeah, sorry about that, everybody. I couldn't see anything on the front of my screen because the snow has been literally mounting up on the screen, and every time I try to wipe it away, it's sort of like looking through a magnifying glass. So I think we're back in the zone now. All right. Hey, the Magic Entertainers here says, for a long-term high-paying career, computer science is good. Yeah, so you know what? So there's another YouTuber. I think he actually lives in New York City right now. His name is Joma Tech. That's a really, really good channel to follow if anybody wants to break into, you know, working as a software engineer at any of the big FANG companies. And he's a really, really funny guy, really cool dude. So Joma Tech, he gives a lot of free coding advice and things like that. A lot of these things you can learn for free online. Hey, Gigi NYC is here. What's up, Gigi? Good to see you. We have the one and only Sunshine, New York. Good to see you, Sunshine, New York. Ina Wasaj says hello from Kansas City, Missouri. Awesome. Ed Dunkel says, I think there are still old bank programs running on COBOL. What is like the original programming language? I'm blanking on the name. Could anybody help me with that? Like the original programming language. Basic, got it. Yes, Benny, thank you. Basic is the name of the original programming language. You're right, Basic. Maybe they're programming in Basic. Sunshine New York says, yo, Tom, love you, son. Thank you. Yeah, Sunshine New York is our bodyguard. She's always around. So if anybody tries to pull something crazy, Sunshine New York is, you'll definitely have to pay the price. Hey, everybody from Scotland. That's a good question. What is the worst programming language in history? I'm not sure. Jerry says Basic. Sally's here. Hey, the Magic Entertainer says, Tom, I used to be a computer technician. Very cool. Ritzy. Funny. Brina says JavaScript. So JavaScript was actually created by a guy named Brendan Eich. I think I'm pronouncing his name right. Am I pronouncing his name right? I think it's Brendan Eich. And now I think he created the Brave browser and Basic Attention Token. And Basic Attention Token is a cryptocurrency. And Brendan Eich, the creator of JavaScript, I think is leading up that project with the Brave browser and Basic Attention Token, which is pretty interesting. I've been seeing this online almost every day. I don't know what it is though. Does anyone know what this is? Oh my says, I believe it was assembly language back in the card reader days. It was definitely one or the other. It was definitely one of the others. Prof says you always talk on your videos. Why? That's awesome. I don't know. I kind of like interacting with the chat. You guys are all pretty cool, so I like talking to you guys. Photos from around New York says it's a new art installation. Lady O says interactive lights. GGNYC says meditative tunnels. Lady O says walk through it, Tom. Well, we got a bit of a traffic jam going on over here. Hey, Nat says, I don't know why I'm here. I live in New Jersey. Love New Jersey. Ooh, look at it now. Roy S says, I was living in the era of 5-inch floppy disks. Hey, Sunny Hope says, I love this country. Well, I love you too. Thank you so much. Somebody says, did it stop snowing already? It's coming down a little bit. It's definitely not coming down as bad as it was before. Partik Kumar says, I am Indian. Hey, welcome everybody from India. Good to see you. Yeah, I am going to Long Island, Sunshine, New York. Yeah, hopefully it's not snowing too bad out there. Hey, Brad says, my master's thesis was a deer reproduction simulation program in Fortran using a 50,000 card deck. Could only run in the middle of the night on the university mainframe. Oh my God, Brad, that is freaking crazy. Brad, we'd love to see it. Is there any way we could see that? So IBM actually just sold their Watson healthcare unit. Did anybody else see that? So IBM's IBM Watson, they sold the entire healthcare unit. And a couple of years ago, I actually interviewed for an enterprise account executive in the IBM Watson healthcare unit, but they just sold it. So, oh no, Lady O says, Tom, Long Island will get hit with the heaviest snow. Oh my God. Esmiri, thank you so much for the $5 donation. Much appreciated. Thank you so much. Jack says, Tom, I'm due to get 16 to 24 inches of snow. Falcon Space says, any tips on finding your passion? Been trying to find. To be honest, I don't really know. You gotta try so many things. I think the more things you try, the higher your probability of success. So that's what I would say. Just try more things. Just continue to try a ton of stuff. Hey, some guy is here, says over 1,000 viewers. Look at you. Just seems like yesterday we were grateful for 300. Yeah, I mean, it's been crazy. This stream, we did hit 10,000 subscribers. I remember when it was just me, Sunshine, New York, Sunshine After Rain, and Cosmo, I believe. We were skateboarding around the city for 3 hours, just the three of us hanging out. Those were the good old days. Just the three of us, Sunshine After Rain. Michelle McGraw was there too. Just the moderators. We were skateboarding around the city in the summer. Frank Gonzalez says, how long does it take to get to Long Island from Penn Station? Yeah, Lupe was there too. Lupe was one of the originals. I think it was, yeah, it was all the moderators. It was all the original crew. Lupe from Oklahoma. Michelle McGraw, Lady O, Sunshine After Rain. Essentially all the moderators on the channel. Yeah, it was just us five. We would hang out till midnight in the city, skateboarding around. Good times, good days. But I appreciate every last one of you, every last person. You guys have added a lot of value in my life. I learned a lot. Ooh, check this out. And the Swan too, we can't forget the Swan. Look at that view of the Empire State Building amidst all the snow. Adam says, who am I chatting to? My name is Tom. Erin says, meanwhile in New York City, hello from Northern California coast. Beautiful up there. Hey, Susan Engels is here. What's up, Susan? Good to see you. Falcon Space says it'll be 28 degrees tomorrow. Marilyn says, congrats, you hit 10,000 subscribers. Thank you, Marilyn. I appreciate you very much. So Marilyn is our good friend from Murray Hill. Hey, Samantha J is here. Says, thank you, Tom, for sharing your knowledge. Thank you for sharing yours. Wow, the snow's coming down in bigger flakes now, everybody. And just think, I was supposed to be in Miami today. Adam says, hello, Tom. My name is Adam. Do you know Ariel from Urbanist? Yeah, of course. He has a great channel. So I always tend to watch Ariel from Urbanist when he travels to other countries. I always find that most fascinating. Love his stuff. Somebody says they work with R language. Suvum says, hello from Boston. This is so soothing to watch. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for being here. My SCT says, why didn't you go to Miami? Well, I was supposed to go tonight, but one of the clients I was meeting with wants to have a follow-up meeting in the city on Tuesday. So I'm probably going to leave Tuesday night, but we'll see. We'll see. Hey, Susie Adams has just subscribed. Thank you so much. All right, this is probably my third favorite view of the Empire State Building from right here. Colin King says, what kind of person do you need to be to live in New York City? Well, I think that's the greatest thing about New York is you could be whoever you want. And trust me, there is a great diversity in New York City. Just take a look at Washington Square Park on a beautiful summer night, and you'll see a lot of diversity there, which happens to be one of my favorite places to be in the world on a summer night is Washington Square Park. I think a lot of people in the chat could agree with that. I think some of the best streams we've ever had is from Washington Square Park in the summer at night. Beautiful place. Very fun, very exciting, very eventful. You know, I've noticed this over the past couple weeks. There's some guy that goes up and down Broadway tipping over every garbage can. Interesting. So here we are, Broadway and West 35th Street, with the Empire State Building in the background. That's a pretty good shot. I think this is a good screenshot. I'm gonna try to screenshot this. This is cool. Jennifer says New York is like no other place. What's up, Jennifer? Good to see you. All right, so now we are back at Herald Square. Lou G says beautiful shot. Diana says subscribe. Thank you. Jennifer says you get a whole lot of crazy, but also a whole lot of love. You're right. Yeah, Washington Square Park is definitely an experience in itself. When I was younger, I would skateboard around that park for hours, 2, 3 in the morning. MW99 says, how is the Upper East Side snow or the snowstorm situation? I'm not sure about the Upper East Side. Very seldom do we stream from the Upper East. Triple G is the equivalent of towel kipping, I guess. Hey, Bitsmag TV says a guy tripping on garbage cans, free will only in New York. Sunny Hope says saw Tony Hawk. Yeah, GGNYC says, gosh, I missed the summer. I missed the summer too. But then again, I mean, tonight it's going to be 34 degrees in Miami, Florida. How crazy is that? K Mead says, are you not cold? It's actually not cold out. Yesterday was way more cold. I was freezing yesterday. Tonight, it's not that cold. It's just snowing. All right, now it's getting a little cold. Cott says hi from Minnesota. What's up? What's going on, everybody from Minnesota? Ooh, we just got sprayed by that bus. We are filming with an iPhone 11. Hey, greetings from Hampton Bays, Long Island. Love Hampton Bays. My cousins were from Watermill, New York, which is out on Long Island. But I am from South Shore, Long Island, and Massapequa. You know what? I do think about that all the time. Somebody said, do you ever think about how many times you've randomly photobombed a tourist photo? I think about that almost every day, honestly. I think about how many phones around the world is my face in. Probably a lot. Probably a lot. Hey, Cynthia Martinez. Good to see you. Hey, Dutchman is here. What's going on? Everybody, we have Sierra Friend. What's up, Sierra? Hope you're well. We're walking around in the snowstorm tonight. Did a quick markets recap. Lena Sandoval says, good night, Tom and all. Thank you for joining, Lena. Appreciate it. Hey, Tim S. says, New Hampshire here on the Massachusetts border with this blizzard just about to begin. What's up? Thank you for joining, Tim. Mike C says, it's ironic that you're in so many photos, but nobody knows what you look like. Yeah, Paul says it looks like wet snow. Obsessed with reptiles says, why do so many celebrities cover one eye? I'm not sure. Hey, War Walker is here. It's coming down heavy. War Walker is joining us from the 305 Miami. What's up, War Walker? Wesley West, the one and only, is here. What's up, Wesley West? So I think the Rangers game is just getting out at Madison Square Garden. Is that right, everybody? Didn't the Rangers play? So Sarah F., how about this? Very, very soon we will be doing a face reveal. But if you go to my IG, if you click the link in the descriptions of this video, all of my social media links are there. Hey, Nick is here. Says hello from Tampa, Florida. What's up, Nick? I think you guys in Tampa are supposed to get some freezing weather too. Wow, the snow's really coming down now. It's coming down gangbusters. Genius 1107 says Southern California is warm. You know, it's funny. One of my good buddies is actually coming back from Southern California today. He was actually at his orientation for Neuberger Berman, which is a big asset manager. Hey, Sophia, thank you so much for the $5 donation. Appreciate you so much, Sophia. This is for Vanilla Spice Latte tomorrow. Hello from Brooklyn, New York. Hey, Sophia, thank you for that. That's very kind of you, and I appreciate you very much. Thank you so much. I'll have to get that. I'll order that somewhere. You know, I think the Rangers game is coming out. You see all the people? Does anybody know what the score was? I'm not a big hockey guy, but I'd be interested to see what the score was. Hey, Muhammad is here. What's up, Muhammad? Long time no see. Haven't seen Muhammad here in a while. Good to see you. So as you guys can see, not a lot of accumulation yet. Oh, you think they lost? Chris says, I think they lost. Wesley says 3-2. Hey, Nick says, so my mom grew up in the Marlboro projects in Brooklyn. Where is that? What neighborhood is that? I've never heard of that. Hey, T&Me TV just got home from the Grand Ole Opry and tuned in. It's snowing here in Nashville, and it's sticking to the road at 27 degrees. NMB 045 says it seemed that you were too close to the bus. Yeah, so usually when we have the camera, it seems like we're closer to things than we are. But I can assure you we're a safe distance. Well, good to see you, T&Me TV. Hope you enjoyed the Grand Ole Opry tonight. We have a lot of viewers from Tennessee, which is always nice. Hey, Ice Champagne says hello from Alabama. We had strong winds and some snow, flurries. Beautiful, but didn't last just a few hours. Well, greetings everybody from Alabama. Now it's almost like more like rain. T&Me TV says thank you for the shout out. We love your channel. Love you right back, T&Me TV. Lost November says hello from Thailand. Just tuned in. Welcome everybody from Thailand. Good to see you. Oscar says shout out from Puerto Rico. It's a cool 70 degrees down here. Oscar, I'm very jealous of you, pal. So this is 34th Street and 7th Avenue. right outside Madison Square Garden. Nick says, huge fan of the channel. You got yourself a new subscriber. Hey, thank you, Nick. So Nick is joining us from Tampa, Florida. So Nick, I actually, I'm going to be splitting my time about 50-50 between North Miami Beach and New York City. And I'm really liking Southern Florida so far. Really, really liking it. The people are good. The food is even better. As everybody on the stream knows, I've been going to this Cuban place every single night that I've been in Miami. I never knew I would enjoy Cuban food as much as I do, but I eat there almost every night when I'm in Miami. Yeah, so it looks like everybody's just getting out of the Rangers game based upon the traffic. Yeah, Falcon Space is really good Cuban food in Miami. The best. Hey, Alexis says hello from Mexico. It never snows here. What's up, Alexis Garcia? Draw due too. Good to see you. Ah, Nick says absolutely. My mom is Cuban and she says she will cook for you. So Nick, maybe you've heard of the restaurant down there. I think it's called Sazon Cuban Cuisine. And it's in North Beach on 72nd Street. Sazon Cuban Cuisine. But I always get this dish. It's gonna be horrible. I'm gonna pronounce this. It's gonna be atrocious the way I pronounce it. But I believe it's ropa vieja or ropa vieja, something like that. But it's, and I did not. It's one of my favorites. All right, let's try to cross the street without getting hit. Sarah F says, is Tom Italiano? Yeah, so I'm 50-50 Irish and Italian. Yes, Ladio, that's exactly what it is. Very good. So everybody, it was a more laid-back, relaxed stream. The first, I'd say, an hour and a half of the stream, we just did a quick market recap. Even though the major indices, the Dow Jones Industrial Average, the NASDAQ, and the S&P 500 did rally, it did not qualify for a follow-through day. But this week was encouraging because we had a lot of big notable earnings reports that reported better than expected earnings, like Apple, Atlassian, ServiceNow. So I think I may start to buffer. Every time a game lets out, we always tend to buffer right here. Hey, Deepus, is anyone free?
It's only a second left.
Well, he could say
Happy fans. Yeah, Cosmos is careful on the grates, very slippery. How is the buffering going, guys? Is it buffering or is the stream pretty good? Wow, look at everybody coming out of the game. Hey, no buffer, all good. Surprising. I'm not sure if you guys remember. Ooh, this guy's about to hit this guy. Not good. Not good, not good. Jeez, Rangers fans are crazy, man. Somebody says, what kind of camera are you using? I'm using an iPhone 11. Days work says Tom got the evidence. I didn't even know the Rangers were playing tonight. All right, let's see if we can cross.
A bunch of other hotel pension.
All right, we may start the buffer. Please stand by, everybody. We got to walk through a bunch of Rangers fans. We're probably going to get rib checked up against the boards here. Prof says who wins? I'm not sure who won tonight. But I think we're going to have to cross back across the street, down, and then to the right, so we can enter the Moynihan train station. It's going to be a little bit easier to get through. I really don't want to walk through the crowds here.
That's it.
Tim S. has never lived in New York. Got Too Glow says, thank you for answering. I thought it may have been a GoPro. Was wondering what the live. Yeah, so we tried to go live with the GoPro before, but it's very, very difficult because there's really no way for me to hook it up to a data connection. So I really am forced to sort of stream from the iPhone. But it is a good idea.
$10 on the shirt.
Wow, a lot of people getting out now. Hey, Chris says Blackhawks are my team. Miss Bass says hockey people are aggressive. TK says no codes, great way to get sick. Well, I think they're just coming out of a game, and I think in Madison Square Garden it is really warm in there. Yeah, Lady O says, wow, it's a lot of people. It is. Wow, so Madison Square Garden holds 18,000 for hockey. I didn't know that. NNB 045 says any Montreal Canadian fans among them. Hey, Lost in Cali says everybody's in a hurry to get home. Could imagine. Hey, Joe Hernandez is here. Says, hey, Tom. Ariel said thanks for the mention. Yeah, Ariel, I always enjoy his streams from other countries. Mainly because I never get to go anywhere else but the United States. I really enjoy his commentary. He does put a lot of work into his production. You can tell he knows what he's talking about for sure. I very much enjoy his streams. Yeah, Cynthia Beal says the LIRR will have riders tonight. Hey, Pacific Desert Raids says, Tom, congratulations on hitting 10,000 subscribers. Thank you so much. I appreciate everybody who's been subscribing to the channel, supporting the streams. Without the viewers, there's no streams, and I appreciate everybody joining in the conversations as we talk about investing, technology, and really whatever. So I appreciate each and every single one of you. as we at least try to make our way to the Moynihan train station. All right, we're almost back to our final destination. Only a couple more blocks. I know, Jonathan Richards, isn't that crazy? Well, Jonathan Richards, thank you as well for your support. Jonathan Richards always has some great insight to add. Hey, Ken Glass is a little different than the Miami game letting out. Yeah, I mean, it's rocking here. Hey, War Walker, thank you so much for the $10 donation. Love War Walker. Congrats, my friend. Here's to 10 million more. War Walker is our great viewer from the one and only Miami. Very good friend of the show, so thank you for the support, War Walker. We appreciate it very much. Hey, Wesley West is Tom. Florida Panthers are a really good team. So this is inside of the lobby to Madison Square Garden. You can still see everybody getting out of the game. So you know what, this place used to be one of the best soup places ever, right in here. Hey, M1K T110, thank you for the $5 donation. Says, dude, check out 11th and 1st Avenue. Something blew up, a lot of cops here. 11th Street and 1st Avenue. Oh my God, I don't know if we could walk down to 11th Street. Everything's okay, and thank you for the donation. Thank you for the support. But what is going on down there? Is everything, I hope everything's all right. But thank you for the support. I do appreciate it very much. Could anybody Google that? 11th Street and what was it, 1st Avenue? Let's see. 11th Street and 1st Avenue. Is there any activity out there? Hopefully everybody's all right. Somebody said something blew up. Maybe it's like a manhole cover. I'm expecting, probably. Bottomless Coffee says the Citizens app shows a maintenance hole exploding. Yeah, those are dangerous. You never want to deal with those. Those are really, really dangerous. When I used to work on the Upper West Side of Manhattan, right on 83rd Street between Amsterdam and Columbus, a manhole blew up and it was literally rocked my whole office. It was not good. Lou G says, God bless the NYPD. Indeed. God bless the NYPD is right. We support the NYPD here. Marco Pieces is gridlock. So from here you could actually see the Hudson Yards developments. Joe Hernandez is a transformer blew up.
That's where they're going, yeah. Okay, who?
Sunshine, New York, says I hear nothing on the scanner. Hey, Devon Avery says my father was NYPD for 22 years. Well, please tell him I said thank you for his service. 2 NYPD officers were unfortunately murdered in Harlem. And there was actually a funeral today at the St. Patrick's Cathedral that had an unbelievable turnout. It's so horrible because he was only 22 years old. I was older than him. I'm 26. So really horrible. So sending all of our support to the NYPD, because if it wasn't for them, you know, we wouldn't be able to do the streets of New York City safe for all of us. So I think it's only fair that we support them right back, and we do support them here on the channel. Somebody says it smells like burnt rubber down there. Yeah, so when I think the manholes blow up, right, I'll show you what one looks like. When these blow up, it catches fire and it causes sparks to shoot everywhere, and it burns throughout all of the rubber cables. And a lot of them are fiber optic cables under there too. Hey, Estelle is joining us from Australia. What's up, Estelle? Good to see you. I think we gotta wipe the camera again. Estelle says, how you doing? What's up, Estelle? How's the weather in Australia? Hey, British Grey is still here. British Grey is our pal from the one and only Tampa, Florida. Good to see you. Yeah, the camera needs a windshield wiper for sure. Devon Avery says, are you near Madison Square Garden? Yeah. MSG is right here. We're right outside the Hulu Theater in Madison Square Garden. Yeah, Toro College is a medical college, I believe. Toro College of Medicine. There's also one in upstate New York as well. Animal DL. What's up, Animal DL? Hey, Latha is here. What's up, Latha? Latha, it's snowing like crazy here. Check it out. You can barely see the Empire State Building now. They went the wrong way.
My glasses are all fogged up. I can't see.
Hey, Raptor says, hey, Tom, I like your videos. Thank you, Raptor. Hey, Realty by Land says, hey, Tom, congratulations on 10K. Looking forward to reading the Behind the Street newsletter. Yeah, so Joey, I just sent out the Behind the Street newsletter tonight, so you should have it. And if anybody wants to sign up for the Behind the Street newsletter that I write every single week, if you type !news, N-E-W-S in the chat, the Nightbot will drop the link to the newsletter where you can sign up for free. Hey, Ibrahim Azam is here. What's up, Ibrahim? Joining us from California. So speaking of Caterpillar, Caterpillar reported a good quarter this week. And this is 33rd Street and 8th Avenue. Hey, EBITDA is here. What's up, EBITDA? They are calling for a lot of snow in Long Island. So EBITDA, I heard that too, which is unfortunate because that's where I'm headed to right now. But EBITDA is our investment banking friend from Bank of America Merrill Lynch. And the snow is coming down crazy here, EBITDA. Hey, Nick, says Tom, how often do you come to Florida? So we're probably going to split our time about 50-50. Dale says Toro College. Hold on, I can't see anything on my screen. It was the main medical campus in Harlem. Very cool. Das has gotta love the snow coming down in New York. Yeah, it looks nice, but I think I'm all snowed out for the year. It does look nice though. All right, everybody, we do have to call it a night, unfortunately. So I will see all of you in the next one. I appreciate everybody joining. And thank you for all the subscribers. We hit 10,000 subscribers on the channel. You know, when I started these streams, I never thought that 10,000 people would be interested in seeing the sights in New York City and Miami and having interesting conversations about the financial markets. So thanks everybody for helping me navigate the financial markets this year. Much appreciated. Marty Lewis, everybody, all the moderators, special thanks to you guys. We've created an unbelievable network of people here from all walks of life, from pretty much almost every country on earth, which is pretty incredible. We have investment bankers, enterprise software sales reps, doctors, lawyers, accountants, home health aides, you name it. Everybody's welcome here. So once again, everybody, thank you so much. Here's to the next whatever, however many people join, but everybody is welcome here. Latha. And thanks for all the idea generation. Everybody in this chat contributes a lot. Even if it's just a simple comment in the section, it really does mean a lot to me. So everybody, thank you so much. And we will see you all in the next one. So Ice Champagne, A Blessed, War Walker, EBITDA, Penelope, Lady O, our great moderator, Ibrahim Azam, Super Friends in the City, Sabrina Fair, Iriva, Susan Engels, the one and only, Sarah F, Devon Avery, Sunshine After Rain, Sunshine New York, Latha, Disney cast member, and everybody else. NMB 045, Roy S, Patrick New York. Appreciate it once again. And to the mighty bull, wherever you are, good night, because there's always a bull market somewhere, and you just need to know where to look. And I'll see all of you right back here tomorrow. And once again, thank you, thank you, thank you on an amazing milestone, 10,000. I can't say thank you enough. Subscribe if you are new, leave a like on the video if you enjoyed the stream tonight, and I will see you all in the next one. Enjoy the weekend, stay optimistic, because optimists always prevail. And enjoy your weekend. We'll see you later, guys. Thank you so much once again.